Reading a little bit of Alan Watts' The Way of Zen. He writes how Maya and measurement, material, matrix, matter, they stem from the same root, and they are divisive by nature. Not so much that there is an illusion going on, but the crafting in the division is dualistic. In pondering theories of everything as embarked upon by science, it occurs to me how measurement, quantification, is a big deal, and it might be ironic, it might be doomed in that being divisive, attempting to attain some kind of a unity, is sort of an oxymoron. Waves and particles continue to come in and out of focus. Even as far down as string theory, it seems as though the strings themselves might be composed of particles at yet a deeper layer. On the macro scale or meso scale, Earth might be described as a particular planet, and yet it goes around the sun, or appears to, in a somewhat wave-like pattern. And the level of magnification determines whether or not a wave property or a particle property is exhibited, or is revealed, or discovered, or invented. The appearance of non-duality strikes me as a well as it wells up as being yet another appearance, even though it kind of wants to erase itself in the non-duality of itself. Nevertheless, there it is. Trying to talk about it dooms one, so to speak in terms using words and chopping it all up. Uncarving the block, unsculpting the statue, returning it to the block of marble, returning the marble to the mountain. An interesting process. Reversing, recycling, recurring, undivision, undivided, undifferentiated. In short, long division may have remainders, and they remind me. Division suggests a form of rationality to me. Ratios, whole numbers, integers, and yet the real also includes the irrational, and the complex, the imaginary. Sometimes the numbers are very sensitive, and I wouldn't want to hurt the numbers. A theory of everything without numbers, without math, poetic, mytho-poetic. What could it predict? Could it be falsified? I'm not sure. Don't know if genetics and linguistics can prove the lost tribe theories. Even when falsified on one level, there might be other connections on yet other levels. How could other realms and other dimensions be accessed? I like to think in terms of possibilities, and I'm pretty gullible. I like to think there are real crop circles, because that's a fun thing to do. I'm often superstitious. I like animism and pantheism and panentheism, as well as monotheism and atheism. All of them can be lumped under an umbrella of Maya, measuring, dividing. In a way, after a fashion of thought, when one is fully integrated, one might be silent. And yet, not always. It's interesting to me how the meaning is able to exist and the way is able to exist, and yet not be fixed at the same time, to be changing, to be an origin and a process. Nouns and verbs and language, to say the least. Where am I going? Where are mine eyes going? Into what mine? What mines of mine? What gems and nuggets of thought? What pearls of wisdom? Probably few, if any, perhaps none at all. And yet,